さて、今回、ようやくね、事件の手がかりが一通り集まったってことで。
So, detective, are you done investigating?
Yes, I'm ready to expose the truth.
Impressive. Let's begin then.
If you don't mind, Mr. Brock.
さあ、これ、今までの尋問と違って、失敗は許されへんのかな。まあでも、
This time I'll stay silent and listen carefully.
流れ的にもうここまで来たらさ、ミンク博士しかできひんよな。
As you wish.
これだけ状況。
All right, we're all in.
Okay. After studying this case very carefully, I have reason to believe that the person who murdered Dr. Hush is...
そうだよね。そうなるよね。これ。これ、犯人、まあ、とりあえず、あれ、夫は置いといて。4時40分前後のところで、ミンク博士がトイレに入って、で、ちょっとしてからすぐ出て行ったっていうとこやけど、でもこれ、ナノマシンがどうとかになってるからな。いや、多分これ、タイリーじゃないんかな、犯人って。できそうな人、できそうな人物がそれしかいないんだよね。もう腕伸ばせるとこもあるし、その実質でハッシュ博士をなんとかしてから、ここでアーム伸ばして持っていったりとかできそうやしね。
Actually, not a person. Tidy did this.
Me not person? Murder daddy? Dead daddy?
I knew we shouldn't have trusted that tin can.
これでどうなるかやな。
But how? He didn't have any means or motive to do this.
That's where you're wrong, Dr. Mink. And I'm gonna prove how and why.
あ、そういう感じにな
Let's
るんだ
start。with the actual cause of death.
尋問開始。これ、じゃあ、最初の犯人当て間違ってても許されたりするんかな。まあ、とりあえず、もうね、今んとここっちは、タイリーが犯人と、まあ、推測してっていうところで、犯行現場か。
はい。
ね。
The body,
と
the
りあえず、
lamp,
ま
and
ず
the
ここから
floor.
か。
All three have red stains. This fake blood has been used to stage the murder.
うん、そうだね。
So, like my tie.
Yes, this is Ant Burger tomato sauce.
We've been fooled by that?
I'm afraid so. There was a wrapper in the bathroom trash can, and I distinctly recognized the taste of McFlea's Ant Burger trademark.
This may be a coincidence. You don't know how long this wrapping has been there.
Very well. I have more proof.
うわ、結構長そうだね。この進捗ゲージ見る限りでは。で、通気口と、これか。
There must be a
ちゃう、関係なかった。んで、
Ooh, I
De
get it
Kokoto.
now. That's why my ant burger was already unfrozen.
Yeah, it would be pretty difficult to rub frozen sauce on a corpse. So the malefactor had to defrost it first.
Simple and ingenious, I must say.
That's not all. Something else proves that we've been wrong from the...
いや、なんでここで真のリモコンが出てくんねん。さすがにここで関係ないだろ。 で、トマトゼソースの話をしてるんかな。これとこれじゃないの？やっぱりそうか。今回一発です。今回一発です。
This lamp records events. The data indicates a shock happened at 11:02.
11:02? Impossible!
You're right, actually. Dr. Hush's medical tracking stopped at around 5.
でも11時10分も充電してたタイディ、あれこれ矛盾してるんか。ようよう考えたら。
Do you believe he could have died hours before receiving a
タイ
fatal
ディ
blow
充
to the
電してる
head?
ことなってんだよね。そういえば考えれば。
Tracking, not reliable.
Yes and no. It's reliable within a 2-hour, not 6. Isn't that right, Dr. Mink?
Yes, I confirm it. Our tracking device is located deep inside our body and cannot be extracted. It's reliable, but to ensure our privacy rights, it only logs once every 2 hours.
What a great idea to make our detective life easier.
Murders don't happen every day, all right? So, if there never was a violent thump to his head, what's the true cause of death that the killer tried to hide?
I have a theory.
本当の死因は、これやろ？これも言っちゃっていいんかな？
Dr. Mink,
お、一
in
発。
browsing
今
through
回
your
も一
medical
発。
database, I noticed an interesting note from yourself. I tried mixing those phoenixy flowers with nanites, programmed or not. It's no good. They cause the host's cardiac activity to slow down immensely.
Dr. Hush was poisoned?
There is evidence to support this. Dr. Hush's right hand is literally covered by nanites. Besides, Mr. Squealer here.
Hey,
Sorry, I mean, Mr. Guard owns a plant on his desk, which is a phoenixy. It's entirely possible Tidy overheard Dr. Mink mention this and picked up ingredients from the lab.
ほ
yeah,
う。
those robotic things have quite the memory.
Tidy, no memory. Tidy cleans, tidy tidies. Others could. Minky murderer. Or ratty.
How dare you?
He's right. Either of you had the means to do it.
Tidy right. True tidy.
Don't go thinking I'm on your side. I'm sticking to the facts. And by doing this, I'll eventually prove you're the main culprit.
No. Brocky wrong.
But how? Why would Dr. Hush swallow such a poison?
Let me
で、
continue.
コーヒーのシミか。コーヒーのシミで、これ、こうか。
There must be a
あ、違うんか。これ違ったか。あ、まあ、これとこれか。
I found black stains on Dr. Hush's right hand. At first, I wasn't sure what it could be, until I found another black stain. The stain itself was very faint, as if someone had tried to clean it. But I have no doubt, this is coffee, which can be quite tenacious. And guess what? That stain was also covered by nanites.
So, the doctor drank poisonous coffee.
もうタイディがめちゃくちゃとぼけた
Yeah,
顔し続けて
he
るもん
must have
な。
spilled coffee on his hand while collapsing.
Wait, I also drank coffee today.
That's right. But you didn't get poisoned.
理由はこうだっていうのが、どこはコーヒーに混入していたは多分これは確定。
You went to the
まあ
restroom
こうよね。
later after Dr.
一
Hush,
発。
didn't you? The culprit had time to spill the coffee
まあできれ
prepared
ばやっ
in
ぱ
the
一
sink
発で
before
通過したいよ
doing
ね。
more, and this time without poison. Incidentally, that's where I found my second proof.
In the sink?
Exactly. Now, tell me, who usually prepares coffee?
Tidy.
タイディ、ほー。
Untrue. Daddy, Minky make coffee sometimes. Ratty too.
Yes. Is that the reason you're charging our little maintenance bot for this awful crime? I hate to say that's quite a weak link.
You mean I did it, Mink?
I didn't say that.
But you thought it!
Tidy makes good coffee, not deadly.
Calm down. I'm just starting my report.
Tidy adds major point. Daddy creator cannot hurt.
Oh.
Love Daddy.
お、これ
You know, I thought a machine like yourself would be all about precision. But that's no surprise. You're a defective bot.
Tidy defective?
What you're stating isn't entirely true. Sure, Tidy cannot attack his creator when it
直接的に
implies
攻撃する
a
こと
direct
ね。
contact. A poison, however, is quite a clever workaround to kill without direct contact.
I guess you're right. Indirect violence is on a lower level of priority and not part of the golden rule. But that still shouldn't be possible. His software programming shouldn't allow it.
There is should and there is certain. I know the reason for the malfunction, though I'll save it for a more suitable
お
time.
お。
There's
え
something else bothering
あ
me.
ったっけそんなん
Nanites are only active for an hour or so. They lose their energy very quickly. Considering Tidy did not come to my room today, how could it get enough nanites for such a powerful poison?
During my investigation, I happened to make an interesting discovery which
さて。これとこれ
Tidy could
あ、じゃあ、じゃ
access
あ、じゃあ、じゃ
Ooh, sorry.
あ、じゃあ、今回一発だけか。
Tidy could
Wish I knew. Ooh, sorry. That hole
まあ、
which
これしかないよね。ようよう考えたらそうやね。
it leads directly to a table in your now. What's on this table?
Oh, my nanites box.
Exactly. If I had a guess, those nanites are brand new and charged, aren't they?
You guessed right.
It's fairly safe to assume anyone with knowledge of this hole could, and in Tidy's case, I'm sure it's perfectly aware how to activate its bot friends.
Tidy different. Little bots, not friends. Darn nanites killed Daddy.
七ましゴミ虫。えらい言いようやな。
That's called racism, you metal mongrel.
Hey, not trying to defend that piece of junk. Wouldn't it be easier and more logical for the weasel to access his own nanites?
What about you, sleepy agent? You seem keen to reject
Me? Can't even access your room, you fool!
I'll pretend
めちゃくちゃ喧嘩してるな。
but
ち
you're-
ょっととりあえ
there's
ず
a reason why
操
you
作に
dug
集
that
中させてほしいって感じやな。
People, come on. Remember when I first found out there was a thin layer? Now, who does the repairs in this?
That metal junk.
Oh my, that's true. Tidy can regenerate walls. Could it really be?
You did this, piece of junk?
Nah, human
人間
idiot.
バカばっかり。
Plaster, easy to do. Even for Tidy no hole.
I beg to differ, Your Metal Highness. Another piece of evidence strengthens my theory that you did this, or at least that you're a big fat liar of a bot.
タイディが嘘を吐いていることを証明する証拠。
According to the
まあ、タイディ関連やったらこれしかないからね。
He was not recorded in any room after that. However, the screen in Dr. Hush's office states that he had been charging from 4:50 to 11:10. How could he be in the office if he didn't leave the restroom in the
あ、
first
確かに。
place?
Very simple. Yup. Tidy prepares coffee. Daddy come. Next. Daddy back office with Tidy.
So, you're saying he opened the office door and you just followed him?
その辺どうだったっけ記録。
Yup.
Okay. For now, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In that case, let's examine the path of our favorite deceased doctor, shall we? I think you'll find it rather interesting as well.
Tidy no like insinuation.
Before you move on, what is that monitoring you're referring to?
Oh yeah, that's true. The lab registers doors.
あ、そうだ、あ、そうか、見てないんか、ミ
Only
ンク博士
guards
は
are。supposed to know.
What the heck? All this time, We've been
今さら
watched.
今さ
I
ら
thought you were there to ensure our privacy.
No! I'm there to ensure your physical security, making sure nobody threatens your life.
What a great job you did. You lied to us.
Not me! I didn't make this system.
Then who did?
The government, of course!
Oh, that's right. Fine. I'll send them a suggestion later then.
On the other hand, Tidy didn't seem surprised at all about the monitoring. Let's move on,
確かに。
shall we? There's something curious about the doctor's movement.
まあ、ハッシュ博士の足取りとこの話やったらこれとこれよね。
The last time Dr. Hush was recorded, he was leaving his office at 5:04. After that, he was nowhere to be found. This is confirmed by the guard's statements, if you don't mind explaining.
Sure. At 5:10, I heard a noise coming from the doctor's room. But he wasn't there. Actually, no one seemed to be there. Although Tidy was idle, charging. I started to look for the guy, but then I heard his voice coming from behind the wall. I'm in the restroom.
そう、それが
This
ね、
wasn't Dr.
録音
Hush
や
at
もん
all,
ね。
but a recording coming from the meaty me.
A recording? Does this mean the body was in the restroom and the murderer didn't want Mr. Rat to see it?
罪師に。
That's unlikely. The guard checks the rooms regularly, and there's no hiding spot in there. Besides, keep in mind the ultimate goal. Getting Dr. Hush in. There's no way to move the body from the restroom to his office without going into the...
Lies.
Okay. Give us your version of the facts then.
Daddy, come with me. Back to office. Before charging, Daddy head out. Daddy never forget.
I need to settle things with Dr. Mink.
Daddy, meet Minky in hallway. Daddy follow Minky. Enter Minky office. Minky give coffee to Daddy. Daddy dead.
I gotta give credit to the tin can. Its version sounds way more plausible
そう
than
いう
your
言い
own
か
crap.
言い分やねんな。
Sure, Tidy has a bothersome recording. But how do we know when it was made? It's out of context. You could have very well recorded this and forged your so-called proof. Also, there's no monitoring record of Dr. Hush ever
そうそう、
entering
そこよ
Dr.
ね。
Mink's room.
Wrong. Mink touches door. Enter with Daddy. Then Minky. Poison Daddy.
The weasel went back to his room with the doctor?
Look monitoring. When did Minky...
5:04.
Exact. Same minute that Daddy leaves.
But I never did that! I never saw him today! Mr. Guard!
I can't remember.
Are you kidding me?
Tidy, what about the voice the guard heard?
Coincidence? Meaty me faulty. Sometimes Meaty me play livey randomly.
Yes. I've seen it happen.
そういう感じに
And
な
the
んねや。
hole? The coffee spot on the floor in your room?
Already there. For Rocky. Prove the opposite?
Well, the nanites.
Nanites, machines. A true Minky?
I can't dishonor my profession by lying. Yes. Due to their hardware, nanites are attracted to caffeine.
So, after all, it really was.
No! Don't you listen to it, Mr. Detective! I told you the truth. You need to believe in me.
Well, I have to side with the tin can.
That's 2 against 2. What do you think, Hot?
2対2やけどね。
Sorry, I'm getting lost with all these details.
いや、
Guys,
じゃあこっちもね
let me、
難
finish
しい
my
わ。
theory, and then you shall decide.
Fine. No, listen. Too tidy sad.
Ah, let's focus. Tidy used the Meaty Me recording to avoid the guard getting worried.
まあ
that
今のところね、
Dr. Hush
そういう風に
disappeared.
流れになってるから
As a
ね。
result of my assumptions, Dr. Hush could neither be in his room, and as the monitoring confirms, he never entered Dr.
そうだね。
Mink's room.
No way, man. That's impossible.
I beg to differ.
He couldn't just disappear into thin air, could
Oh, he didn't. There's a fourth possibility, and I'm going to explain it to you.
5時10分。これ大丈夫。ここダクトやけど、ここちゃんとダクトでやってくれるよね。
Yeah, the ventilation.
よかったよかった。よかったよかった。これちょっと別ゲーの話になるけど、 弾丸論破でこのいう
That's
風に
the
状
only
況
spot the body
の
could be
ね
hidden without anyone
答えて結
noticing.
構ガバだったからね、この判定が。
Pure conjecture.
ここと思ったね。そこ違うんだみたいな。
You have any clue to support that insane claim?
Sure do.
証拠品がこれだよね。
Tomato sauce.
うん。
Yeah. Looks like the murderer didn't hesitate to put quite a lot to confuse us.
Problem detected.
What is it this?
Ventilation also used.
Is that true?
Yes. Big packages don't fit into the pipe bed,
気候を通じ
so
て。
they're delivered through the vent. It's possible the content of a package leaked.
Obviously.
Bam! Gotcha!
Huh. Still, that will be a huge coincidence, don't
Let's assume you're right. In order to get into the vent, Dr. Hush would have to be in his office.
He was.
But you said it the last time he was recorded.
実
He
装
was
出たんだ
leaving
ぞ
his...
と。
How do you explain this?
いや、最初から出てなかったんじゃないの？
It's clear Dr. Hush never left his office. There's no monitoring entry between his exit and the time the guard checked the room. This was just an attempt from the criminal to direct our attention elsewhere. Even Tidy could use the doctor's hand on the button. Just enough to add this to the monitor.
ああ、確かにそうだ。確かにそうやそうやね。それで
This
きる
would
よね。
imply Dr. Hush was dead by then.
Yes, actually.
タブレットをうちらができたのと同じよ
I
うに
think。he was killed even before going into his office.
Absurd.
Oh, really? Well, I have another clue.
どこで毒を盛られたか。もういいや、もうこれ拳銃とかそういうもん、もう終わったやつ。で、いつもトイレでコーヒーを飲んでてこれでしょ。
Remember where the poison came from. To poison him, it'd be easier to have Dr. Hush drink the coffee in his office. Except, he never does. Dr. Hush always drinks his coffee in the restroom. He's too maniacal to risk, and yet, there's a coffee stain on the floor.
What do you insinuate? That the stain was made when Dr. Hush was dead on the floor?
This is exactly what I mean.
Rocky liar. Daddy take coffee in
時々コーヒー飲む。
office
そうなんだ。
sometime.
Again, I'm afraid it's your word against his, detective.
Yeah, it'd make a lot more sense if the doc spilled it.
Rocky, done for.
終わった、諦めろ。
No good. Even Mink starts to think my theory. Am I really on the right path?